Okay, The Invisible Man, a science fiction, was initially serialized into a magazine called Pearson's Weekly in the year 1897, and in the same year it got published as a novel. Okay, so the protagonist of the novel is Griffin. He was an invisible man, and he is also called a strange man. His most important intention or invention was he would like to create a human being or a person just like air. Air is invisible, but we can sense the air and we can feel the air. So, in the same way, he wanted to create such kind of a body which can be sensed and which can be felt, but it cannot be visible by anybody. Okay, the human body should be invisible. But the moment when he wants to be visible, he can visible himself. So, such kind of a human body, Griffin or the strange man or the protagonist of the novel Invisible Man wanted to create. Okay, so for such things, initially he was a medical science student, but because of the great interest in science field, he changed his field. He left educating himself in medications. The new term for medicine is medications. Okay, and the later he experimented on himself. Initially, he experimented this experiment on a cat, and later he himself was an experimental element for his for his science experiment. But he failed to return or reverse his self back. He was able to make himself invisible. Okay, now he is invisible, but he was failed to reverse him back. Means he was failed to bring back his physical personality, bring back the visibility of his personality. Okay, so everyone in the native place was very acquainted to and was very familiar to this invisible man or the strange man or Mr. Griffin. Okay, but suddenly when he has become invisible and when he talks, only his voice could audible, the body is not visible. So this was a great trouble that he was facing. Later, what he does, he has stolen some clothes or some dresses from a drama company or from a theatrical company. Okay, and after stealing those things from the theatrical company, he shifted himself a place called Iping. Okay, so there he comes, and when he comes to the place called Iping, he takes an inn. I have told you the meaning of the word inn, I double an inn. Okay, it is a native restaurant or hotel. I have told you that in the daily usage, what we say that dhaba or khanawali. Okay, and some dhabas or khanawali they also provide the what is that resting or the lodging facility. And I have also told you that in London, like how we have PG facilities which can be given on rent for a month or over a period of month, there they have food and bed facility. Okay, means you can stay for a day or a time of 1 hour or 2 hour, no matter. So everything can be taken care by them. And another important thing is that in the food and bed facility, lodgings and the boardings, there they don't keep any employees as their assistant. Okay, only except for preparing food or cooking food, everything can be taken care by the person who is owning their houses. Okay, so in the same way, Mrs. Hall and Mr. Hall, they were running a kind of a food and bed facility, boardings or lodgings in West Sussex, London. That is a place called Iping. It is a real place, like how we have Belgium. So in the same way, there this Mrs. Hall and Mr. Hall, they were running a lodging Iping in the Iping. So their strange man or Griffin goes and he takes a room on a rent base. Okay, so he was a very strange man, and there Mrs. Hall on his first arrival, she was very happy because I have told you that it was a hard, snowy winter days. Okay, no one was willing to go on the same days to visit this Iping city. Okay, though it is a tourist spot. Here, thus Mrs. Hall, she feels that she is very happy and she is very lucky because in the days of winter, no one is ready to be stayed here. But here, this Griffin made himself to stay. Okay, so she may get some income or some benefits, financial income from his stayings because she could provide him food and also she can charge for his residence and everything. Okay, so later what happens, as he comes to the house, he was fully wet and he was shivering from the cold. And she asked, she provides him a room, okay, and he goes there as we have studied it. Then she provides him food. Then she asks him for his what is that, coat and shoes can be dried in the kitchen, but he avoids that. And later, it so happens that many strange things starts happening when this strange man comes to the place, because many hundreds of bottles comes. Okay, the person who is carrying the bottles, those he cannot be seen, but he was not visible, but only the bottles were moving. Okay, assume that if I am writing something over the board in the classroom, only you can visible the sentences, the writing sentences, but you can't visible me. I am not visible to you. Okay, so such kind of a strange things were happening in the area, and there were many gossips which were created on the origins or on the birth of this uh, griffin. Okay, later, after that, there were many accidents takes place. Accidents in the sense, not a vehicle accident like breaking some glasses or breaking some other things. So when Mrs. Hall was very angry on this situation, their griffin tells her that everything you write it in a bell and I will pay you back. Okay, the whole uh, like the Iping city was fed up with the actions of this griffin or a strange man. So they wanted to arrest him. What happens? They call a person called, or a police officer, okay, called Jaffer. Okay. So here Jaffer, when he started to catch him up, okay, to arrest him, to prison him, this Griffin was very clever fellow. Okay. So what happens? He starts taking off his one of the no gradually his clothes. Like first he takes off his hat, later his spectacles, jacket, because I have told you that he is an invisible man. So as and when he takes off his all the clothes from his body is invisible, so no one could catch him up. Okay. Then later, from that place, he goes to the another place. There he comes to the contact of Thomas Marvel. Okay, so with the help of Thomas he, with the help of Thomas Marvel, would like to uh, just a second. He would like to continue with his uh, excuse me for a minute. I'm really sorry. Huh. From that place, from Iping, he again shifts to the another place. There he becomes there he comes a contact with Thomas Marvel. Okay, Thomas Marvel was also an assistant in one of the science laboratory, and along with them, he would he was willing to continue his experiments. But the most worst thing was that he had forgotten his important books or the notes in the house of Iping, or in the room of Iping, or in the inn of Iping. So along with Thomas Marvel, he goes to the Iping back, and there this Thomas Marvel cheats him. How he cheats? Okay, he escapes from his contact, or he escapes from his custody, and from them he goes to the seaside city called Burdock. There he takes a room on a rent. This Thomas Marvel, he escapes from the custody of invisible man, and there he goes to the house, or a kind of a inn called Burdock. There he takes a room in the lodge. Okay, the name of the lodge or the name of the inn is the Invisible Man. Okay, the name of the lodge or the name of the inn is the Invisible Man. There he takes the shelter. Later, this invisible man was in search of his books, and this Thomas Marvel, he also takes the shelter there, exactly very near. And after that, he takes the shelter in the inn of this Dr. Camp. Dr. Camp was also an assistant. He was also an assistant. Uh, mm, just a second. He was also an assistant uh, apprentice in one of the science, or sorry, medical science department. So there to Dr. Kemp, this invisible man or Griffin, he reveals all his own color. Like, he was a medical student in the initial days, and later he had a great interest in science. Then later he moved himself to the science, and he wanted to create a human body just like an air. So there he was working hard for this, but he was able, and he was successful to create an invisible man, but he was failed to reverse the physical self back. Okay, because from invisibility to visible, he was failed to visible himself back. Okay, so when he was telling these all things, Dr. Kemp was cheating him, because Dr. Kemp has already informed to the police officer of this of the place. And later there the Colonel Addy was also coming to arrest this invisible man. And when they both come to arrest, okay, him, he again did the same thing, and he left the city by writing a letter called by writing a like a terror letter. Okay, he says that if I murder anybody, so the name of this the first will be, it will be the first death, the first death will be of Dr. Kemp, because he has cheated him. And later he was about to kill Dr. Kemp, but instead of that, he has killed this Jaffer there. Okay, so the whole public has caught him, and they started kicking him. Okay, they started beating him, and the last words that he desperately crying was mercy. Despite Griffin's murderous actions, Kemp urges. Just a second. The sensor of this laptop is very smooth. Okay, here we had left yesterday, and let me continue today that. Despite Griffin's murderous action, Kemp urges the mob to stand away and tries to save the life of his assailant, though unsuccessfully. The invisible man's battered body gradually becomes visible as he dies. See, when he was dying, because he was hit by the public, okay, and the public was beating him. So, as and when he was losing his self, means he was dying, his body was visible. Okay, gradually his body was visible. Okay, pitiable in the stillness of death. He was in the, at the last moment or the last extent of death. A local policeman shouts to have someone to cover Griffin's face with a sheet. Okay, a local policeman, he shouts to have someone to cover the Griffin's face with a sheet or with a cover. In the epilogue, so this is the end of the novel. Okay, he dies at the end. Okay, this is the end of the novel. In the epilogue, means at the end, what happens? It is revealed that Marvel has secretly kept Griffin's notes. Thomas Marvel, okay, who has cheated this Griffin and was staying in the seaside inn. And the name of the inn was, or the name of the hostel was, the Invisible Man. Okay, there he was staying. So secretly he has kept the Griffin's notes, and with the help of the stolen money, he has now become a successful business owner. He was running the Invisible Man Inn. You can see here. Okay, so he was running the Invisible Man Inn. However, when not running his inn, Marvel sits in his office trying to desper the notes in the hopes one day recreating the Griffin's work. So when he was not having much work in the inn or in the hotel, he was experimenting by taking the help of the notes of this Griffin, and he was hoping that one day he will be successful in the experiment of Griffin's experiments or Griffin's scientific experiment, because several pages were accidentally washed clean during the Marvel's chase of Griffin, and the remaining notes are coded in Greek and Latin. And Marvel has no comprehension of even the basic mathematical symbols he sees in the notes. He is completely incapable of understanding them. See, these notes were a manual notes which were written by Griffin himself. So most of the notes were written in Greek and Latin. Okay, so then Greek and Latin, learning of Greek and Latin was like a prestigious thing, like how We consider today that learning English is the most prestigious, cultured, or the sign of educated people. So in the same way, in the earlier days, learning Greek and Latin was also a standard, point of theme. Okay, so most of the notes were written in Greek and Latin, and some mathematical codings were also there. Thomas Morville was literally illiterate to understand these all things. Okay, so only with the goodwill or with the hope of recreating a man like a invisible man or like a air, the novel gets end. Okay, so let's go with the chapter first. I will go little fast with chapter first because some 80% of the first chapter we have done with that. Here, a strange man arrives to the railway station called Bramley-Hearst railway station. It was a snowy February day. Okay, it was an evening. So he was completely wrapped up in a clothing. So he was completely covered up in a clothing. So only the tip of his nose can be seen. Okay, it was a prosthetic nose. Prosthetic means I have already explained you that prosthetic means it is an artificial nose. Prosthetic means artificial body parts. Like how I have given you the example. Usually the ladies, they apply this artificial nails to long nails to their original nails. Okay, so that is prosthetic nail. So in the same way, he was wearing or he was applying a prosthetic nose. So only his tip of nose was visible. He arrives at the coach and horses, okay, inn, and he comes to the place, okay, where the inn was there, okay, that the inn was run by Mr. and Mrs. Hall, and he begs for a room and a fire. Mrs. Hall takes him to a room and lights a fire. Okay, so Mrs. Hall, the owner of the inn, she takes him to a room and she lights a fire. She is thrilled that he is there, as it is very rare for visitors to come to Iping during the winter. So as I have told you that it was very rare that no one could wish to come to the place of Iping in the time of winter, because it was a hard winter day. Your skin, not only it will be cracked, but instead of that it will be, broken up. Okay, so because of this no one wished to come there in the time of winter day. She leaves the room to get the plates and glasses, and when she returns, she is surprised to see Griffin. Still, he is wearing all his clothes, despite the fact that the fire is now roaring. Okay, now the it was the high fire, and now he was not changing his dresses. Okay, as I have told you that all the snow had fallen on the carpets of the this Mrs. Hall's inn, and though he was wet and cold, he was shivering, he was shaking, though since also he was not ready to change his dress. And later, she requests Griffin that to change his dress and she could wash his coat and shoes, also the hat, in the kitchen. But he rudely tells Mrs. Hall to leave his hat, and she is shocked to see him by holding a napkin over the lower part of his face. So what happens? He was speaking with her like how usually when we forget masks at the home, we cover our mouth with the help of this kerchief. Okay, we keep kerchief on our mouth and we speak. So in the same way, he was speaking with her, and she was shocked to see her, to see this Griffin's this uh, his actions or the actions. Then there was no corona to cover his mouth or to cover his nose. Okay, so but also he was talking to her by covering his all body parts, and she was very shocked by this actions of Griffin's. The rest of his head above his glasses is wrapped in a bandage. Okay, the rest of his head means forehead and the head, totally it was wrapped up in the with the bandage, or with it was covered with some bandages. His black hair shoots out in different directions, like how usually for girls when they dry their hair with this what is that, hair dryer, each of the hair, it shoots out in a different directions. So in the same way his hair was also shooting into the different directions. So this gave him the strangest appearance and conceivable. Okay, it was the strangest appearance and it was a conceivable. Later, Mrs. Hall stammers an apology, promises that she will dry the boots and leaves. He concludes that he must have been disfigured in accident. So she, believes that he might have disfigured, means his body might have damaged, or he had met with an accident. Because of that, he is disfigured. Figured means a proper figure, and disfigured means somewhere he was damaged. Okay, so here she concludes that, she assumes that, she believes that his body is completely disfigured because he might have met with an accident, because she had a brother. Mrs. Hall had a brother. He also had met with an accident, and in the same way he was also disfigured. So she compares the same situation with Griffin, and she believes the same. Someone is making noise. Please mute yourself. Someone is making noise. Please mute yourself. And later, when she understands the situation in her own way, she returns to collect his dishes. Griffin is in a better mood, and he tells her that he left some luggage at Bromleyhurst railway station and is disappointed to hear that he won't be able to get it, exactly today. Okay, so what happens that while coming from Bromleyhurst railway station, he has forgotten his um, all the some suitcases or some bags in this railway station. So he's asked her that when could he get it. She told him that you will get it tomorrow, not today. So he was quite disappointed because those things were carrying his most important notes and the books, manual notes which were written by himself, which were very much applicable and helpful for his experiments. And later, making conversation with Mrs. Hall, he tells Griffin about a time when her brother injured himself with a scythe, and Griffin laughs coldly. Okay, so here Mrs. Hall, she assumes that this man has been disfigured because of some accident, and she also explains him he had a brother, and in some of the accidents, in one of the accidents, he was disfigured, like how he was disfigured. Okay, so when he listens to this story, this Griffin, he gives a cold laugh. Okay, cold laugh means it was not a happy laugh. Okay, it was a weird laugh, which is not relevant, which is irrelevant. He then interrupts. He was not interested in this talking, so he interrupts. He disturbs her conversation with a request for matches, which Mrs. Hall finds it's very rude. Okay, he requests for a matchbox. Okay, so he disturbs this interrupt. He interrupts this conversation. However, she remembers the money she will get from him and brushes it off. So she believes that, and she remembers that whatever he may does or whatever he does not a matter, but I will get money from him. So I'm happy for that. So let him do anything. So after Mrs. Hall leaves, she hears a sounds like Griffin talking to himself and pacing around the room. Okay, so when she goes down to get this matchbox, she senses that this Griffin was talking to himself and he was pacing. He was walking around the room. So this is the end of the first chapter. There, they have analyzed, they have used to elaborate the situation. They have used many words to elaborate a particular situation. So I had cut the particular words and I have given only you the important words. Remember, this is only the notes. So first you read the first chapter, only then you come to the point of this slide. Okay, because I had cut some elaborative words. So later in the second chapter, it was 4 p.m. evening. Just Mrs. Hall is getting ready to ask Griffin he would like to have some tea or not. Okay. Teddy Henfrey, the clock fixer, arrives. Okay. There was a dead clock in the bar of the inn. Okay. So that would be repaired by Teddy Henfrey. So he was coming. So when he was coming, then this Mrs. Hall, she asks Griffin, that whether he would like to have tea or not. Then Mrs. Hall takes him to the parlor room where the clock is broken and enters. When Mrs. Hall was asking Griffin that he would like to have some tea or not, Teddy Henspray come to fix the clock, and she takes Teddy Henspray to the bar to fix the clock or to repair the clock. It was dark and Griffin is laying asleep in front of the fire. So it is a dark evening, so it was slightly dark now. He was laying, the Griffin was laying before the fire in front of, okay, he was laying asleep, okay, in front of the fire. For a second, Mrs. Hall thinks she can see a huge mouth gaping open in Griffin's face, okay, but concludes that the shadows had tricked her. Okay, so just a minute, I would like to show you the pic when she goes to the bar, okay, the place to fix the clock. There she could see that this invisible man, he was sleeping. Okay, so this mouth, just look at the cursor where I'm showing you, where he was holding this cigarette pipe. See this exactly, he doesn't have a mouth. So when he was sleeping, he had a wide mouth, wide open mouth. So it was seeming to her that there was a wide gap between one lip to one lower jaw to upper jaw. Okay, so she was surprised, she was shocked to see his physical appearance, and later she believes that that might be the shadow, okay, that had tricked her to in that was visible in that sense. Later, Griffin wakes and agrees to have the clock fixed, but adds that in the general he wants to be left in privacy and assumes that the parlor room will be for his own personal use. So in addition, he agrees to fix a clock in the parlor room, but he keeps an condition. What was the condition? That he should be left alone. Okay, he should be left alone, and he should be, there should be privacy for him, and assumes that the parlor room will be for his own personal use. And later he then, okay, tells her he would like to have some uh, tea. Okay, Griffin requires again about his boxes, and Mrs. Hall assures him that they will come on the next day. Griffin explains that he is an experimental investigator and that his equipment is inside his luggage. He tells her that he is an experimental investigator. He has kept his all the documents or the data into those suitcase, so he wants those suitcase quite immediately. He says that he came to Iping for a solitude and hopes that he will be able to carry out his work in peace. So solitude means staying alone, okay, or living okay alone. So he says that he came to Iping to in order to sense or feel the solitude. So he hopes that there should be no disturbance from anybody. Okay, he was telling these points to Mrs. Hall, and after that telling this, he also adds that his eyes are weak and painful, and that sometimes he needs to be locked in the dark for hours at a time. So he made a drama or a trick that his eyes are very weak and painful. So when he senses, he tells the lie, okay, in order to keep himself isolated or in the form of solitude or in the solitation. He says her that he has a disease where he sense and feel that sometimes his eyes are weak and painful. So when he feels or when he senses such a situation, so he was needed to be locked into a dark room for hours at time because he wanted to make experiments on his body. Okay, Griffin inquires again about his boxes, and Mrs. Hall assures him that they will come next day. Griffin explains that he is an experimental investigator. So the same, sorry, the points have been repeated here. Here, we receive two contrasting impressions of Griffin. His explanation that he is an experimental investigator conducting important works makes him seem powerful. On the other hand, his statement about his eyes suggests the great vulnerability. So, one thing he made a foolishness here. He told her that he had a weak and painful eyes, but at the same time he wanted to make the experiments. So this is the first hint that he gives to her that he is lying himself. So this is the end of the second chapter. In the next session I will again deal with the two other chapters, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Remember the slides which I am displaying on the screen, these are notes. These are not directly uploaded or the pasted from the chapters, the books that you have. These are the filtered points, only the main points I have taken from your chapters. First, you read the chapters and again come back to the slides and read it again. Okay, so the book was start inserting your roll numbers. Uh, Isha, are you there? Isha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you following the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding it?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood the first 2 chapters?
Yes, ma'am.
How about others? Are you feeling any difficulty? Shweta? Kalanavar?
Yes,
Okay. Are you following the story?
yes, ma'am.
Are you facing any
I'm following.
difficulty in understanding it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So those who have inserted your roll numbers, you please leave the meeting. And if you still have any doubts, you can message me in the group.